Hello everybody, welcome back to Subnautica for your face. Strazman here, giving you part 2 of our Subnautica series. Full disclosure on this, I was recording this earlier today and my audio software decided not to record any of my voice. So unfortunately, I do not have a in-the-moment reaction for you. So I will be providing kind of more of a commentary on this second video. And we'll see how it goes. But last time we left off, we were going after the Seaglide. I think we're going to try and get that today. Maybe make some initial preparations for base building and all that good stuff. So without further ado, let's get into some Subnautica. Good times. So when we left off, we were, I think we had one of 2 of our Seaglide fragments here. Doing pretty well. We got some fish on us. We got some water. We're looking good. And really, at this point, we just really need to go out and get some more tech. We got copper, quartz, titanium, lead. So we're looking pretty good. We got a lot of the basic stuff, basic resources. And again, you can't. It can't hurt to have too much storage. You know, if you have to build yourself a couple storage containers, I believe those are blueprints that are available right off the bat. I haven't built one yet just because I haven't needed it, but we're going to be ramping up the resources pretty soon, and the amount of resources we have. So anyway, it's dark out, of course, so much harder to see, a little creepier. But let's see if we can't find some tech, find something to scan. We definitely have to start going deeper. We got to go down into this creepvine forest or kelp forest, whatever you want to call it. And eventually we need to go even deeper than that. We'll say these creepvines look
30 seconds of oxygen remaining.
Look amazingly beautiful at night. Still haven't fixed the lag. That's alright. So we got some creepvine here. I know we are going to need some of that later. Actually, for the Seaglide, we will need some creepvine.
Oxygen.
I was not paying attention to my oxygen. I am at 40 meters. Oh my god. And we're blacking out. We're blacking out. We're blacking out. Can we do it? Can we make it? Somehow we made that. That was extremely lucky. I don't know how we survived that. Yeah, we should have died right there. And if you remember, if you die in this game, you do respawn, but you do lose some of your stuff that you had on you, which kind of sucks. It's not fun. You just undid a lot of the work that you've done if you do die and you had a lot of stuff on you. So let's try not to let that happen again. That was extremely lucky that I didn't die right there. Again, if you don't pay attention to your health and how deep you are, or to your oxygen and how deep you are, you can wind up in a situation just like that. Thankfully, I survived, but that was down to the wire. Something in there. That's some sort of like a rockfish or a sandfish or something. We're not going to go in there. So those things are kind of a pain in the butt. Got some silver. Silver's pretty useful. Got some precious salt. Yet. Ooh, there's something. Are you tech? Can we scan you? Some more salt. It is. What? Propulsion cannon. Okay, well, not the Seaglide fragment we were looking for, but propulsion cannon will come in handy eventually later on in the game. Whoa! Bone shark. Yeah, they're pretty fierce. Try to avoid them if you can, but get close enough to scan them just so you have the information in your encyclopedia. That's right. You don't see us anymore, do you, bone shark? That's right. There you go. Scary.
Oxygen.
Yeah, let's not drown again. Keep an eye on that. stalkers. Yeah, those things got
Caution.
seem to have a
30
long
seconds
reach.
of oxygen remaining.
So, you know, let's scan them. Let's not worry about anything else. At this point, I was oblivious to the fact that I had almost no oxygen left.
Oxygen.
And I was at 65 meters. And I start panicking. And here we go. I can't believe I just let that happen again. Can I make it a second time? It looks good, it looks good, it looks good. Oh god. No. I died. I gambled. I played with fire. And I lost. And I had a lot of stuff on me. I didn't show it. I cut some out, but my inventory was almost full with salt and some gold, silver, copper, and I just lost it all because I wasn't watching my oxygen and how deep I was, and that's what happened. So that is an example right there of what not to do in the game. I was down there scanning a friggin' fish, and I ran out of oxygen. So I came across this part of the wreckage here from the main ship, the Aurora, as it's called. This is the only piece of stuff I could scan.
New blueprint acquired.
It's a flippin' lab counter. It's, I guess, a countertop.
Oxygen.
It's a countertop to put in your sea base. So hey, why not? Again, not what I'm looking for. The nice thing is when you do die, you don't lose your fragments, the stuff that the tech that you've been scanning. Thank God, you do keep that, but you do lose all the actual materials that you've scavenged up to that point. Oh, there you are. So you're what killed. Well, you're not what killed me. I killed myself because I was an idiot. But I finally got you scanned. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. There are ways to defend yourself in the game. Subnautica is not really about killing the sea life, per se. You're really just meant to kind of try to coexist with them down here.
Caution.
I mean, you are
30 seconds of oxygen remaining.
You know, you are in their environment, so you know, it's kind of fuck you, basically, for being down there in the first place. But you know, you got to be careful. But the game is not about just bloody murder all over the place. Hello. What are you? A reef back. So these guys normally, I don't know why I got hurt there, but these things are just big, giant, docile creatures that just kind of real slowly just kind of drift along the surface. And I don't know if you call it a pod of whales or a pod of dolphins, or if you would consider this a pod, but it's a group of them. They usually travel in groups like this, or pods, I guess. And they're docile. They don't do anything. They just drift along, looking pretty pimp. So we got to this deeper area here, and without any kind of extra suit or personal submersible, it's going to be hard to get way down here and get back up, you know, without and really be able to do anything on the ocean floor. Plus, I can't really go much deeper than, I want to say it's 100 meters. Yeah, you see right there at 100 meters it turns yellow, which means that essentially I'm going to start losing oxygen a lot quicker when I'm below 100 meters, just in my regular dive suit. But hey, we found a bar table, so that was worth it, I guess.
New blueprint acquired.
So I'm getting all this stuff for my sea base that has yet to be built. Found some geothermal activity. So those are cool. If you decide to build your base near one of these, you can actually harness the power, harness the energy of these eruptions to help power your base. I've never done it personally. I've never built a base near one of these because they've usually been in areas that I prefer not to build, but they do exist. You can build these like geothermal generators and just harness that energy to help power your base. One of the many ways to acquire energy for your base in the game. The sun is setting. Thanks, game. I tell you in the last episode? You can never have too much quartz. That's what makes the world go round. Honestly, there's quite a few things in this game you can't have too much of. Quartz, acid mushrooms, copper, it all, I mean, you need it all for stuff at some various points. So get it. Again, if you need to make a storage container, make another storage container. They're cheap to make. They'll just help you with your inventory. Now, eventually, once you get your base built, you have to start thinking about, okay, well, now I got to transfer all this stuff. So the more containers you build, the more resources you gather. That's all just that much more stuff that you got to transfer. You may have to make a few trips back and forth, depending on how far away you build your base from your life pod. You could have multiple bases. You could build a few, little outposts and things like that. It's up to you. So, still looking for the Seaglide container, and here we go. We finally found it. All night looking. We were going to pack it in, go to bed for the night, and out of nowhere, finally found a Seaglide. That was probably 20 minutes that you didn't have to watch looking for that damn Seaglide fragment. So let's see what we need to build it. Let's check our messages first. Alright, so what we actually just got was a distress signal, which is it's going to show up as a beacon on our map. And what that's going to show us right there, so it looks like Life Pod 4, we found a distress signal. So that's, once we get to that life pod, we're going to be able to see, there probably won't be any survivors, but we will possibly be able to find some tech to scan, maybe some data logs, some crewman logs. They've added that fairly recently. It's just a way to again, kind of give you some more depth and lore to the game, more of some backstory, and also sometimes there's some tech around that you can scan, and that'll help you out. So, first thing I want to do is craft an O2 tank, because I am tired of almost drowning every time I go underwater. So let's get an O2 tank going here. Second one. And there we are. Nope, metal salvage. We need to... so the cool thing about the metal salvage, those big pieces of metal you find on the ocean floor, is you can essentially get 4 titanium out of them. So that's nice. Titanium's pretty easy to get in the game. It is the fundamental building block. There's our O2 tank, and we're going to put that on. And as you can see, 105. So we have gotten our oxygen up from 75 to 105. That's going to help us out quite a bit. There we go. Battery, lubricant. That's the other thing. But let's see. We got an acid mushroom there. We built the battery. Yeah, we need another acid mushroom. Fair enough. Got our copper, though. We also need copper wire. Okay, so we actually need a little bit of copper. I think we have that. We do have some extra copper there. Good times. Copper wire going. So we need another acid mushroom for the battery. I believe we also still need some lubricant. Yeah. Okay, there we go. So we do need some more creep vine. I had a creep vine on me, but I lost it. Might as well drink some water. Might as well cook up a fish, too. Get ourselves maybe a cooked peeper. Seems to give us quite a bit of food. There we go. Alright, so I'm going to go get some more creep vine clusters here. Some more. So, I needed 5, I believe. Maybe only needed, well, inventory's full. Yeah, and that's where I realized, so you can have more than one O2 tank, but you're only allowed to put one actually in your slot on your person. The other slots for something else. And that O2 tank does take up quite, it's big. It takes up some inventory space. So I think I made a decision. I wanted to build a dive knife, so I actually was using the creep vine cluster to build the dive knife first. The dive knife, just like in real scuba diving, your dive knife is not so much a weapon as it is a tool for cutting line, cutting rope, maybe cutting yourself if you get entangled in seaweed or kelp, kind of cutting yourself out of that. Really only as a last resort. Should you use your knife as self-defense? I mean, if you've got an aggressive animal coming at you, and your knife is the only thing that separates you between that and if you have to use it, you know, you use it. But hopefully those situations are extremely rare. Your dive knife is really more of a tool than anything else, and that's how it should. It's kind of how it's used in the game as well. You can see here, since I have a knife now, I can actually cut away some of that creep vine, and I can actually plant it. Once I get some farming going, I can actually plant it and grow my own kelp forests around my base, which is kind of cool. So we got the rest of the creep vine that we needed. We should have enough to build to make the lubricant. And I think we picked up a few more acid mushrooms so we can make our battery, and we're going to have ourselves a Seaglide, folks. And, ooh, I just swam right through one of those damn poop balls.
Oxygen.
Alright, so let's get our lubricant. Oh yeah, lube it up. Yep. We got our battery, and yeah, here we go. Seaglide incoming. And there we go, folks. So the Seaglide is going to essentially help us glide through the sea a little quicker. It's going to allow us to get to places a little bit easier. We can go a little bit deeper. We can explore a little bit more on the ocean floor because we can get down there quicker and get back up to the surface quicker. So here we go. Seaglide, baby. As you can see, the Seaglide there at the very bottom does have power. It does have a finite amount of power. You can just basically, when it runs out, you just stick a new battery in it. So, you know, always a good idea to keep some copper, keep getting those acid mushrooms because you'll need them for the batteries. And they might have changed the rate at how quickly the Seaglide power consumption is consumed, but
30 seconds of oxygen remaining.
Seems all right. Yeah, let's not drown again. You can see how much quicker we can get to the surface with this thing. So we found one of those life pods. So actually, you didn't see it, but I did pick up another distress signal. So this is one of the two that we got. So here's a life pod that didn't so much have the same fortune that I did. They met their fate. It looks like pretty nastily. So looking for some tech, but all I'm seeing is this data log. So that's cool.
New PDA data.
Yeah, that's going to give us a little bit of backstory. You know, maybe somebody else who had potentially survived or not survived, or you know, one last data log before they died. I'm not going to read it, especially not here underwater. But maybe when I get topside, I will. Looking around for some tech though, and I don't see any, which is unfortunate. And we're pretty deep too. We need to start thinking about getting back up. 105 meters. So let's bust out the Seaglide there.
Caution. 30 seconds of oxygen remaining.
See if there's anything else we can find down here. All this wreckage. Nothing to scan. Interesting. Well, there you go. But we're making progress. We got our Seaglide. We're going to be able to keep going. I may do a little bit more exploration off camera, just to see if I can find some more tech. So we can kind of, you know, continue progressing. Looking good though, looking good. Yeah, it's nice having that. Well, guys, I think I'm gonna go ahead and end the video here for now. Thank you so much for watching. We did get our Seaglide. So we're gonna continue making progress, get preparations going for our sea base, do a little bit more exploration. So hey, if you liked the video, give us a like, and don't forget to subscribe to the Ogre Den. And thanks again for watching, guys. We'll see you next time.